Aaron assumed that at some point in Trenton's career, he'd get only one chance to take a shot, and he had better make it count. The same unspoken rule applied to Aaron. She couldn't make mistakes in the OR. If she did, the patient's entire life could be changed by one imprecise cut, by one inexact surgery. We take what you do for granted, don't we? Asked Aaron as she watched the man standing beside her lower his weapon. The general public has no idea, she continued. Each time you step outside of that precinct and onto those streets, you risk everything. Your life, your body. You are at the mercy of any criminal out there. The uniform makes you a constant target. Trenton adjusted his overhead earmuffs slightly to hear the woman by his side. He gave her a curious, questioning look. I take each day as it comes. I don't worry about what might happen, he stated. How can you do that? You have a family. Yes, I do. But I can't do my job if I'm worrying about what might happen. I cannot live in fear. I use my academy training. I follow department protocol, and I pray. That's all I can do. Aaron nodded reluctantly, accepting his words as he readjusted his earmuffs and replaced a magazine. She watched him take aim and viewed his trail of gunfire. She realized that she could learn a great deal from this man. He never broke concentration as he emptied another clip. His stance was sure-footed and his posture set. Stop thinking, Ari, smiled Trenton reassuringly. I'll be all right. I plan on coming home each night to my girls. Now show me what else you can do with that weapon. Try hitting the target in the eye, he instructed. He wanted to see if she could hit the same sights that all police sharpshooters were able to hit. The confident woman, wearing crushed suede pants that hugged her body like a favorite pair of jeans, followed his orders. She leaned forward with ease as her curvy figure smoothed out the soft fabric that stretched over her hips and thighs. Aaron's upper body, her breasts, arms, and neck were shielded by a leather jacket. She was dressed for the early morning December weather. No snow was evident on the ground, but she could feel it coming. She was conscious of his masculine presence, confident stance, and his observant eyes. Aaron hadn't been attracted to another man in a long time. She hadn't talked freely, aimlessly revealing bits and pieces of herself in years. The night at his house had been a breakthrough for her. It had revealed that she could laugh again, that she could enjoy the companionship of the opposite sex. Aaron thought fleetingly of the microvascular surgeon. She'd never visited a shooting range with him or cultivated her firing arm with the man. They had pursued other recreational interests. In fact, Murari Varadaraj hadn't been thrilled with the gun she kept in their apartment. He thought it was unnecessary, which she now thought was very peculiar considering who he was. He was a wealthy prince of a province in India. How could he not believe in carrying arms? Let's do another round before stopping, yelled Aaron as she reloaded her weapon. He nodded. The surgeon placed her newly purchased gun, the one which had caught her eye online, in front of her body and took several more shots. This time, her aim wasn't quite as precise. Aaron cautioned herself against rushing. On this outside range, she had plenty of time to hone her skills. This wasn't the street. She could try again. She aimed, inhaled, and shot. Much better. She wasn't a sharpshooter, but she was damn good. Aaron and Trenton left the fleet firing range in separate vehicles. He drove the family's SUV, while she pulled up alongside of him in her Verneo Lamborghini. Both she and the sports roadster drew stares. Aaron was used to it. The beautiful woman and expensive luxury car always had that effect on people. Put the two of them together, and the combination couldn't be ignored. "Follow me," yelled Erin as she lowered the car window and pulled in front of Trenton Black. "I want to show you something," she smiled playfully, feeling like she was a teenager on a first date. She liked taking the dominant position with Trenton Black. For the second time in one day, the cardiothoracic surgeon enjoyed the power of her feminine voice over the 6'8" man. His luscious smile and white teeth acknowledged her command with no resistance. He seemed to get a thrill out of her controlling words. "Should I assume we're about to play a game of some kind?" he asked in a deep, earthy voice. His tone was full, embodied, and rich in volume. "Yes, that's exactly what you ought to think. It's called Follow the Leader. I'm about to take you on a trip. So tighten your seatbelt and come on," she said, revving up the engine of the Lamborghini. "Try to keep up. I promise to stay within the speed limit," she yelled defiantly before taking off. Power was an aphrodisiac to the young Black surgeon. It could shift her mood, challenge her curiosity. At this moment, it was doing both. The feel of the 9mm Glock in her hand had set the course. It had infused her with energy and desire. Erin wanted to feel more. She wanted to see just a little bit more of the African American police officer. Not just his badge, not simply his gun, but what lay beneath the gray hoodie and those blue jeans.